Hey guys, it's Nate, and today I wanted to talk about the scam that is fast food. Okay, so the reason I bring this up and the reason why is because I went out to eat today, and I went through a bunch of restaurants trying to figure out what I wanted to eat, what I needed, and I get up to the cash register, so I stop by my local McDonald's and I say, hey, can I get a Big Mac and a small fry? And she looks at me and says, okay, types it into her keyboard and everything, gets it all set up on her end. She's like, that'll be $6. And I looked at her and I was like, it wasn't $6, it was like 5.80 cents something. And I was like, really? And she's like, yeah. And I look and I think to and at this point I think to myself, okay, so I've eaten a Big Mac before, and I've also eaten a pizza before, and why is a pizza cheaper than a Big Mac and a small fry when in all reality a pizza, while it is mostly bread, it's a bigger mass of food and it can feed you all day versus a Big Mac and fries, which you'll eat once and you might not be hungry for a couple hours. And so I'm thinking to myself, well, if I just eat an entire pizza over the course of a day, I eat 2 or 3 slices every 4 hours, then technically that's more for my money, right? And so I said to her, you know what? Give me a minute, I'll be right back. And I left. I just got up and straight up just left the McDonald's like an insane person. And I got a few stares for that one. And I drive over to, Taco Bell. I used to work there. And, I bought a cheesy bean and rice burrito for $1.08. Which taxes may be different where you live and prices may vary. But where I live, it was $1.08. And so I paid $1.08. I got this cheesy bean and rice, and I looked at it and I said, this cheesy bean and rice has about the same composition, if not just a little less than a Big Mac, and it's literally $4 cheaper. And in my mind, I'm thinking that doesn't make any sense. I could buy 2 cheesy bean and rice, and it'd be the equivalent of a Big Mac and a small fry. I could buy a pizza, which is the equivalent of like 6 cheesy bean and rice. And so my mind's like, why am I paying so much money for different amounts of food when in terms of like raw product they're pretty much the same? And I used to work in fast food, and one of the biggest scams in fast food that I can tell you if you're watching this now is that the drinks you buy for $2, $1, whatever, the soft serve drinks that come out of the machine only cost about 10 cents a piece to make, and that's like, if you're being generous, like the cup costs about 10 cents and the pop product itself costs about 10 cents. So we'll be safe and say it costs 25 cents per drink, and you're getting charged $2.50 for a large drink that costs 25 cents to make. Now I understand companies need to make product, they need to make profit, they need to pay their employees, but it seems to me like they're really just pushing the boundaries of the pricing of things. And I don't know if anyone else has noticed this, but it's something that I've noticed the more I've been going out and eating recently, is that food and the price of fast food makes absolutely no sense, and yet I watch people pour into these restaurants and pay all this money for this fast food, and I'm thinking to myself, are they actually getting what they put their money into? Like, you have to think, $7 is an hour of minimum wage labor. Okay, it's an hour of minimum wage labor. That's insanity, because think about it, you can buy a whole pizza for that hour of your time, you can buy a Big Mac and a small fry, or you could buy 6 cheesy bean and rice for that hour of your life. You're not paying someone money and then that money giving you something. You're paying someone your life. You're giving someone an hour of your life that you will never get back to someone for food. And so, I get it's food, and I get it's fast food of all things, but to me, I just don't see the value in it, and it honestly kind of makes me feel a little upset, because it makes me feel like I'm getting scammed constantly, and I look around, all these other people are getting scammed constantly, and so I don't know, it bothers me, and I don't know if it bothers anyone else, and I don't know if anyone else has noticed this, but if you have, leave a comment and tell me, hey, you're not crazy, I've noticed this too. which it may just be where I live. Again, it could just be the taxes are strange and the way they have to import the foods into my state could be weird. I mean, I live in the U.S., so some other countries may not have this problem, but in my experience, I've noticed this, and I don't know if it's taking advantage of a smaller economy because I live in a very small town, or if it's taking an advantage of state regulations or something like that. But it just, to me, those pricing, the pricing of things in where I live make absolutely no sense. It doesn't, none of it adds up whatsoever. And it kind of pissed me off. It really just kind of pissed me off as I was driving home with my food, and I was thinking to myself, why did I spend this much money on this food when I know for a fact this food is not worth that much? Because I could buy it at wholesale, like the ingredients, and make it myself for dollars, versus I can make it for quarters on every dollar. So I could, what it would take $1 to make or buy at a fast food restaurant, I could make myself at home for a quarter. And it kind of pisses me off. And the thing that makes me the most mad, the thing that makes me furious, is the drinks, because that's where they get you. That's where the scam really is. That's where the bottom line, that's where 90% of a company makes its products when they work in fast food, is the drinks. It's a scam. Sorry, got a little hot burn. Probably shouldn't have recorded this after I eat. But it's a scam. It's just that's all it is. That's all fast food has become. And I would encourage people to buy groceries and cook for yourself and just see the amount of difference in pricing that you can find, because there's a bunch of local stores around here who buy it wholesale and then they sell for a reduced value based on that wholesale. But once they run out of something, they're out of it for good until they get another wholesale on discount. But I don't know. I was just thinking about it. I hadn't made a video today, and I thought I'd make a pretty interesting video because it pisses me off, and it makes me feel like I'm getting taken advantage of. But, you know, maybe it's not a problem. Maybe I'm just weird. Maybe I just don't think like a normal person should. But it bothers me. It bothers me quite a bit. So yeah, like, comment, subscribe if you enjoyed the video. Just tell me your thoughts down in the comments. That's really what I want to know. I want to know your opinion. I want to know what you think. And until next time, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.